Hello, welcome to Dynamics Accounting, Finance, and Tips. My name is Jolie. Today we're going to be talking about accounts payable and data connector and how those two tools can help your accounts payable team streamline processes. Let's jump right in. So I have an invoice journal and you'll see this open lines in Excel here. When you go to open lines in Excel, there's an out-of-the-box template here that when you open this template, and I have some data pre-populated already from the journal, and we'll look at that in just a second. You can see it down here, and you might have to sign in one time when you first open this, but if you stay in the same browser, you only have to sign in one time each time. Okay, so let's look at out of the box. Out of the box, there are a lot of fields that we really don't need. Let me show you. Due date is going to auto-populate. It's going to look at the master when this publishes back into D365. So you really don't need the due date. It's just something that you don't have to worry about populating. You don't need main account here, and the reason why is because you need the full financial dimensions. Let's go to the journal and look at why. So if we go to the lines, and here you'll see the full financial dimensions for this transaction need to be populated in case it's simply just a number change where you can just paste many invoices and maybe just change a number. That's going to be beneficial. So we really need to see the full financial dimensions, not just the main account. Let's go back. And everything else is mandatory for Microsoft to be able to publish. But here we go again. We're just the main account. We really need more than just the main account. We go back to that journal. We can see this is a one-to-one relationship. One voucher where we're paying the vendor $1,000 and the full $1,000 is going to this ledger account and this financial dimensions. And this is one voucher where we're allocating out to two different financial dimensions here. Same main account, but two different financial dimensions, which you might have in your journals. And so we have hundreds of invoices and we want to use Excel to populate those invoices. So here we have book and transaction type. We really don't need that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get rid of these yellow columns. We're going to add in the full financial dimensions. And the one thing I noticed that's missing out of the box is invoice date. We need invoice date. Otherwise, you're going to have to go line by line and populate that invoice date. So we're going to add all of that and create a new template. So from this point, it might be an admin where you send this to your admin or your product owner, but I'm going to show you how to design the template. It's super easy. So we're going to go to document templates, and how I got there is through modules, organization, administration. Over to the right, this is under office integration under setup. So if we wanted to collapse, we could go to setup and we could go to office integration and document templates. And it would give us all the company's document templates. Then what I did is I just went up to this journal and I said, this is the template ID that I'm searching for. And I searched for that template ID. Then I'm going to download the system generated template. And I have a few things open, so I'm going to get rid of, make sure you're not in other Excel documents that might throw the system off, which I was. Okay, so let's download it again. And again, if you've already signed in one time, you should not have to sign in. This is going to, again, connect into D360, which is fine. We're not going to be publishing anything in, we're just going to be designing. So we're going to go down here to design. Just takes a second. And we're going to hit the edit under vendor invoice journal line. And here we want account display value. That's what they call the main account and the full financial dimension. So we want that. We just double click it and we want the invoice date. That did not come out of the box. So we want that. And then we want the offset account display value, which is also the full financial dimensions. And that's really all that we need through here. You can add anything you'd like. The, the idea is to simplify the process by not adding fields that you don't need to populate. So let's organize this as well. So for account display value, we're going to move that all the way up to after main account, and we're going to get rid of main account. We already have that in the display value. We're going to go up to the top to due date, and we're going to get rid of due date. That'll auto-populate on its own. We're going to go back to the bottom. Book, we don't need. We're going to remove that. Asset trans type, we don't need. We're going to remove that. Invoice document date, we want to move it up similar to where it was on the journal, which is right after the vendor ID, which is called the account value non-ledger account. And offset display value, we're going to move that up as well right after main account, but we're going to get rid of main account because we don't want extra work by having to populate that as well. Okay, I think we're good. Let's update it. We're going to hit done and we're going to hit refresh. Data is refreshed. So we have this beautiful formatted new template. So now we're going to save it. And you can just save it anywhere to your desktop. We'll create a folder called test in here. And then we're going to, I just put my initials after it. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to new and we're going to look for that template under test. Oh, it's open. So let's close out of it. Thank you, Microsoft. Now we need to remove everything that's after this template name because it needs to put this in the exact same place here that you have it here. And we just want to do this for US MF. And we're going to select OK. And so now we have this new journal. And what I'm going to do is actually put this so we can see that this is a new template. And we're going to hit save for just this company. However, you can roll this out to however many companies you'd like. And now when we go to the journal and we refresh, we have our new template available for us to use. And when you go to it, it's so beautiful. I just want to show you. This is how it looks when you first open it. You hit enable editing. And now it's organized in a manner that you could simply go here and say I have a bunch of invoices for 731 and say they all are similar to this first line where it's a one-to-one relationship. And the invoice date here, the document date is the invoice date. So say it's like you have a bunch of different invoices. Oh, I did 21. And so we'll just put a bunch of different invoice dates here. Yeah. Account for vendor side doesn't matter because it's not a ledger. So the system will auto-populate this, which is beautiful. Of course, the invoice numbers would have to all be unique. This can all be the same. You can populate your amounts from your invoices. I'm sorry, these will be credits. So let's do. And then here is your offset account. So, and now we're going to publish this back in. See down here it says publishing, processing 10 changes. You could put 100 changes in. You could put them to different companies. You can do intercompany entries here. I mean, this is just a really functional, wonderful tool once you create the template. I think once you create the template, then you can really see the data a little bit more clearly. So when we go here, now back to the lines, we see all of our invoices that we've populated back in, ready to validate and post. So if we go to simulate posting, we got a happy face. Operation completed. Now it's ready to post. And so, yeah, if you have any comments, please leave them. Thank you for watching this video. And if you would like to be informed, just hit the notifications button and please subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Well, hello.